So let's make a study on the FBI most wanted fraudsters list released a few days ago, and it's something of concern because according to the FBI there was a 1 trillion a year on fraud that has been happening for a few years, at least for 5 or 10 years it has been happening, but the list that they released have only very few amount of money that the fraudsters stole. I mean, if you think of $1 trillion a year on fraud, you will think that they have some people that took like a 10 billion, 20 billion, 30 billion, because a trillion is 1,000 billion or a million. So yeah, try to have a million. So first we have, these are already no convicted criminals, but their name has been published, so I think that it's safe for me to release their names, because their names have been released everywhere. First we have Rodney Dean Alters, wire fraud, $7,300,000, which is like nothing compared to the $1 trillion a year that they claim. And his crime was committed in 2016, 2017, wire fraud, which means that he sent the money overseas without paying taxes or something like that. Next we have Christopher Burns, medical fraud. This is a real fraudster on the list. He committed frauds since 2020. 10 million. Well, 10 million is like nothing, but if you are billing patients that do not exist with fake medication, then you can cash in 10 million. The only problem is that if the FAA finds out, he is going to be a fugitive all of his life, and his 10 million will not last. That's what happened to Christopher Burns with medical fraud. Then we have John Michael Dimitrion. This one looks like Dominican. Failure to appear, mortgage fraud, $1,300,000 is like nothing. I don't even know why he made the top 10 list. Mortgage fraud is not medical, or is not the kind of frauds that everybody's been talking about. So I don't even know why this guy is here. From 2006 and 2007, he only took $1,300,000. So yeah, this is a total nonsense. Then we have Julien Valdoesa Dimitrion, which for all accounts it looks like his wife of the other guy, John Michael. Also $1,300,000, which means that maybe they sold a house at that price and the price did not exist. To be on the 10th most wanted list of the FBI, this is like a total nonsense. Then we have the famous Saeed Abdullahi Oreg, wire fraud and money laundering, $4,200,000. Yeah, this is nonsense. This is another kind of person, wire fraud and money laundering. So he was laundering money for some sort of people in 2020-21. Elaine and Jean Scow, wire fraud and money laundering, 32 million. 32 million is also extreme good money for me, but it's like a drop in the water if you are saying that these are the most dangerous people that stole that helped to steal $1 trillion a year. This is totally nonsense. This is the one that may matter. Herbert Kimball, failure to appear with healthcare fraud, $1,200,000,000. So this guy committed fraud for $1,200,000,000. So this is a real jewel. The only problem is that $1 billion is 10,000 times less than $1 trillion. So who stole $1 trillion if the biggest fish only stole $1 billion? And then we have Michael Lixaso Marasigan, which looks like a Chinese, but yeah, a violation of pre-release conditions, conspiracy to operate illegal gambling business, 34 million. I mean, this guy was playing dominoes and charging people for it. That's his crime. Like, yeah, right? And he made it to the 10 more criminals of the 10 most wanted criminals of the FBI, which means that they are really either there are no more criminals out there, or yeah, these are just defaultment, the excuse for big losses like gaslighting. Yeah. So I do not want to do longer videos. I only wanted to explain this, the inconsistencies of things, how we are being lied, how we are being guided to believe things, and once we analyze things, then the things do not really hold the water. Yeah, I hope this was informative for you. I hope that the new viewers start subscribing. I hope for many hopes. Okay, thank you. Bye.